Imagine a future where humans can live on the moon or Mars. But how will we survive? The answer might lie in one of the most important things we need: food. Today, we're going to explore which of these two planets has better soil for growing crops. Believe it or not, scientists have actually tested this, and the results might surprise you. So, how did scientists test the soil on the moon and Mars? Well, scientists can't just grab soil from these planets like they would on Earth. For the moon, they used artificial soil made from samples taken during the Apollo missions. But for Mars, we don't have any direct samples yet. So they used data collected by NASA's Curiosity rover, which has been studying the Martian soil since 2012. The scientists planted crops like corn in these two types of soil to see which would yield better results. And what did they find? Surprisingly, crops grew better in the lunar soil than in the Martian soil. So, what's going on with Mars? You might think Mars would be the better candidate for farming, especially since it has nitrogen in its soil, which plants need to grow. But here's the catch. Martian soil is dense and clay-like, which makes it hard for oxygen to reach the roots of the plants. This means the crops can't get the oxygen they need to grow. On the other hand, lunar soil, or regolith, doesn't have the same problem. It's more porous, so oxygen can circulate better. But even though it's better for crops, lunar soil still has its challenges, like high levels of radiation and no organic matter, which makes it difficult to grow plants in the long run. The scientists didn't stop there. They also experimented with fertilizer, using something called malorganite, which is made from heat-treated microbes that digest wastewater. The idea is that astronauts on the moon or Mars could use their waste to fertilize crops and solve two problems at once: food and waste disposal. But the results weren't great. When they tried growing corn with wastewater fertilizer, the survival rate was just 33%. But when they used regular nitrogen fertilizer, the survival rate jumped to 58%. So, using human wastewater as fertilizer may not be the best option. Now, what does this mean for the future of farming on these planets? Well, scientists are still testing other crops like broccoli, squash, and beans. So far, alfalfa has shown promise on both the moon and Mars. It's a tough plant that can help fertilize the soil as well. But the challenge isn't just about the soil. For Mars, we're also talking about potential terraforming, changing the planet's environment to make it more Earth-like. That could involve warming up Mars using bacteria, or even building massive greenhouses that protect crops from the harsh conditions outside. So, while the moon might be the easier place to start farming, it's not without its problems. It has no atmosphere, so crops would need to be shielded from radiation and asteroid impacts. The lack of gravity also causes dust to stay in the air, which could clog machinery. But Mars, with its potential for terraforming, could eventually be a better option, although we're still a long way from making it habitable. The idea of warming Mars, or even introducing new life forms, like photosynthetic bacteria, could make it a reality. In the end, both planets have their advantages and challenges. Which one would you prefer to farm on? Let me know in the comments below. So, there you have it. While farming on the moon might be a bit easier for now, Mars holds a lot of potential in the long run. We're still figuring out the best ways to make these planets habitable, but with continued research, we might just have a future of farming beyond Earth. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more space content. And if you want to know more about how we could terraform Mars or other space farming experiments, leave your questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.